everybody, welcome to Hanging with the Hooligans. I am Alex, and I'm not going to let everyone introduce themselves today. I'm going to talk to you guys individually. James, how's your butthole doing, man? You taking care of yourself?
You know, got cleaned up pretty good this morning.
Yeah.
Give it an extra few scrubs,
Yeah.
Sparkling. There's a new Old Spice out there that has a raptor on the front, and it smells like rock candy. So, if you want to smell my butt, it smells pretty good.
Nope. Well, I'm just talking about your general health, man. I worry about you.
Oh, dude.
I worry about everybody. I'm going to ask everyone about their buttholes today. As your friend, I worry,
In general, I'm dying quicker than normal people do, but I'm okay right now.
Okay.
I'm okay right now.
Well, good. I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
What about you, Doug? How's your butthole?
It's clean.
Yeah,
I just did that this morning before y'all came over.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all got a nice butthole.
Yeah. No strange lumps or anything?
No, just the usual itching.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Chuck.
Clean break.
That's for the edit.
How's your butthole, man?
So my butthole is
No,
fine.
you looked me in the eyes.
Oh, so my butthole is fine, but I have had hemorrhoids that, since I recently quit my job, are probably going to go away.
Oh.
I don't know if that is because my job I had the hemorrhoids.
Doesn't
Most
help.
likely.
But I don't have as bloody of... my butthole doesn't bleed as much now that I don't poop as profusely as I did at my job.
Congrats, man.
So,
that's a good
I'm
story.
expecting the hemorrhoids I had to go away.
Hey, man. No one wants to be lumpy. I'm happy that they're hopefully going to go away for you here.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, too, is there's two different kinds of hemorrhoids. Mm-hmm. Now, there's hemorrhoids that you have because you're super fucking fat, which is that's what I thought I had. But then there's those hurdy balloon ones, which I have felt before. So
Stressoroids.
yeah,
Stressoroids.
so we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But I haven't been bleeding recently, so.
And no one's got any lumps on the testes. Everyone's good. I bring
Just
this
the
up
usual.
because this is something that we as men of society, we don't really talk about.
Actually, you know
We
what?
do.
I did just get my annual checkup and everything's all fine and dandy. Did blood work and all that
I
stuff.
should
and
probably
it's just
do
like,
that
yeah.
before my health insurance.
You should,
runs out.
yeah.
Oh yeah, at least once a year. Yeah, if you're listening to this, at least once a year, go see a doc.
I gotta go in there.
Just have them touch your parts and call it a day.
I think he's Middle Eastern. Have my Middle Eastern doctor tell me he wants to staple my stomach, and he'll touch my balls a little bit.
So,
Damn.
we don't have the doctor in town anymore, but he used to just poke you in the tummy until you're too fat. Doesn't matter what you come in for. But, Alex, no one's asked you about your butthole so far. How's your butthole doing?
My butthole is very, very a butthole.
He wasn't looking you in the eyes.
Yeah, you weren't.
I know, geez.
I thought we had a
I'll put
connection
my-
here.
And he didn't even start off by saying it's clean, so now I'm concerned.
Yeah, like,
Hey, I took a shower the same time you did. I haven't
Okay.
pooped yet today. We
But-
good. We all
Okay.
clean.
but is your butthole clean? You're not one of those guys who thinks it's gay to wipe your own ass, are you?
No, I'm proud to
In
say...
the ice. In the ice.
I am proud to say my butthole is very
We need
clean.
a camera for this moment.
I actually don't have hemorrhoids anymore, so that...
You had hemorrhoids too?
Oh, dude.
Dude, I thought I was the only one.
No,
dude.
no.
That's
See,
very common.
This is, once again, guys don't really talk about this kind of stuff with each other very often.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
why do you think Preparation H doesn't require a prescription? Like, it's so common.
Because it's not
use-
called prescription H.
It's called Preparation H.
Now, even though there isn't a camera, did you guys notice that, like, me and Alex are the inverted facial hair version of each other?
Shut up.
Holy crap. You guys get together
It is
here.
true.
Well, while he was talking about his butthole, I noticed that. I was like, what the fuck? Because I was like sitting there like, damn, dude, you got a lot of chin hair. That's weird,
Okay.
'cause I don't have any. You know?
So when this episode drops, I will post that picture with it.
Oh, no, you gotta send it to me and I'll put it in the video just for that segment.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We're
God
evolving.
damn. That's all I'm going to think of now is putting your guys' face together to get one full facial hair.
I was gonna ask you guys because I was considering. Well, I always do this, where I shave and just leave my.
Oh, yeah, you get
chops.
some chops going, yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, I always go like, okay, but for some, like, I have this complete thing on the bottom, you know, and I was like, does that look fine though, or do I need to get rid of that? And that's what I was gonna ask you guys because I've asked.
The neck beard?
Yeah, the
I-
strict.
Yeah.
strict patch here.
So I love the chops. I think
Yeah.
the chops are awesome. I'd get rid of the patch.
Yeah, I hate it because the fastest growing facial hair I have is literally the neck thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's because I made fun of neck beards for some reason.
Fucking irony coming back.
It's because doing that thing with Gilbert, I needed to make a Reddit, and as soon as I did it,
Yep.
I would say, keep the muttons and like even your chin there. Like at least I think I see stubble going on there. I mean, just keep that growing. It looks like it could come in.
Yeah, once I get the shitty chin scruff to connect to the neck thing, then I'll have something.
Then you have like a nice.
It's not nice, but
that's why I was thinking. Like, keep the chin, keep the.
Oh
buttons,
shit! That picture didn't save. You guys get back together. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
What up?
There we go.
Yeah, I guess you gotta leave that in, even though it was a silent moment.
Oh,
it's fine. It's taking pictures.
Poses for a
Yeah,
picture.
well, it's a little more obvious there, where it's like you just drop off speaking,
Oh.
and then go right back.
And then go right back. Yeah, true.
We'll edit in an obvious click sound there, like the Japanese cameras.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
Yes.
how many of you guys are into
Hentai?
anime?
Me.
I know, Doug's a big weeb. I know that. From the short period Doug stayed with me, I was like, Doug is a full-on weeb. But I imagine that everyone here has very strong opinions on their favorite fictional character, especially if you think about like power levels.
They're all over 9,000.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Power levels of bullshit.
I noticed a lot of people have been talking. I haven't watched Invincible at all. But
Okay.
people are bringing in, what's his name? Is it Omega Man? What is his name? The guy from Invincible?
The dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Omega.
Oh my god, he can fly.
Omni-Man.
Okay.
Omni-Man.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been talking about like that guy. Of course, then you have like Superman, and then people bring up Saitama, the One Punch Man.
guy. Yeah.
And, for a lot of people, everyone's going like, "Oh my gosh, these are such OP people." And every time, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast before, but every time people get in these arguments about the most powerful person now, ever since I had the realization, I'm like, no, it's Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man is the most powerful cartoon character there is. He's knocked out the sun. He's turned metal girders into bullets. He's got insane powers.
Yeah, but he has
I noticed
crazy.
you left Dragon Ball out of this.
Well,
What?
I noticed you left.
Goku, yeah.
Yeah.
People do bring up Goku, but also lately though it's been Omni-Man, Saitama.
They have a character that's just essentially God now. And
Yeah.
wipes out entire universes with a slap.
Yeah,
It's
but
just Thanos but Dragon Ball.
But Popeye literally beat the fuck out of God. The animator of the show. That was the thing. He beat the fuck out of the hand animating and stuff.
the problem with Popeye, though, is that he has to go through some extreme body horror to do the stuff he does. When
Well-
he powers up, his muscles morph into battleships and shit.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, he's kind of Bane, too. He
a
has
little bit. He's got to get his
venom.
venom. Yeah.
he doesn't always. That's the thing that I was gonna bring up in this conversation because someone did try to say, well, as long as he doesn't have his spinach, he doesn't. I was like, no, because there's episodes where he'll just be like that.
Yeah.
For no reason, and then he gets some spinach and he's even stronger.
Yeah, it's only when he's really tired or down. That's when spinach gets his.
Yeah, it's so weird, and the old cartoons are so much more when people talk about anime and they the ridiculousness of it with some of the abilities and some of the things they animate.
I'm sorry, but have you watched American animation?
Yeah, I was like, really? I think they're just kind of making the ridiculous stuff of old school cartoons, but making it part of their lore. Because no one explains why the fuck Popeye did the thing. He just did the thing,
Yeah.
But
It's because he's an American sailor, and that's what all American sailors can do.
yeah,
That's their recruitment videos. We've all seen this shit.
yeah. So that's what I was thinking about. Is did anime look at American cartoons and go, I want to do the ridiculous thing that those cartoons do, but we're gonna explain why we do it. That's yeah. That is what I was
You
thinking.
mean actual story structure as opposed to just straight propaganda?
Yeah.
I want to see Popeye calling out his special attacks now before he does them.
Oh my gosh.
Girder Bulletaloo!
Yeah. So yeah, Popeye's the most powerful. I'm sorry if you have opinions about that. You're wrong. Popeye will see whoever you like and knock him out.
I thought the meme was Shaggy was the most powerful.
That is a meme, but you know Shaggy. Well, yeah, they literally just made that meme, you know. But Popeye has like proof.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I guess Shaggy and Scooby kind of have superpowers, but they have to have the Scooby snack.
Yeah.
And it's only because they're afraid of something. I guess God imbued them with cowardice to make sure that they don't rule the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure if they weren't afraid of the monster, that show would be over in the first minute. They'd be like, oh, there's some guy who, there's a ghost terrifying this town. They just bust through the door. Like, yeah, done. Okay.
There's no story there. Yeah.
We got another 28 minutes to fill, goddammit.
Now they don't have the Scooby snack to do the good thing. They do have the Scooby snack now because they did the good thing. You know what I mean? Like,
it's weird. Yeah, it's like it's not really a MacGuffin. It was like sometimes they would have the Scooby snack, but sometimes it's just like the gang gets to the part where they got to do their elaborate plan to catch the ghost.
I think the Scooby snack was just something a little later on that they brought into that, a little more humor, I guess, to it.
Yeah, it was such a weird like gimmick that they were just like, oh, we'll give you a Scooby snack if you're brave or whatever. And yeah, when I think back to those cartoons, it's not like like a placebo. It's not like the Popeye thing where he had the spinach. It was like,
well, dude, see how fast they run afterwards though? Those were uppers.
Oh, true.
It was the 70s. Those were uppers.
Oh my gosh,
that was some good LSD.
Yeah, I don't think they're really deprived of any uppers. Weird premise though for like a gang finding solving mysteries, like such a weird group of people.
It very much is. Like, I know there's probably Scooby lore, and I'm not a Scoobyologist, so I don't know all of it, but there's so many like different versions of it.
Yeah.
Out there, and for the most part, it seems to kind of like follow along. But you have the TV shows, which the monster's always fake. Then you had the movies where the monster's always real. That alien cat girl thing is an actual alien cat girl. Like, the zombies are real. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember that was cool when I was a kid and I saw a movie and the zombies were actually real. But there was still some weird plot thing where like someone was fake, but
it's if Shaggy's in a green shirt, monsters are fake. Shaggy's in a red shirt, shit's about to get real. Every single time.
That goes back to the Shaggy's a god thing, huh?
Yeah. Well, you look at like Scooby-Doo, new Scooby-Doo movies, everything like that, Shaggy's green shirt. But you get like Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, you get into all the Scooby-Doo movies, he's always red shirts, Shaggy. And that's when everything's real.
Damn. Now I want to rewatch Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, every time. Every time he's not in his green shirt, monsters are real.
What about that, do you know who really embraced that meme, the whole Shaggy meme? Matthew Lillard, the actor.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He's like, I just used 3% of my power. You know? I think that it like really brought him back on the map. Just that meme alone, and him really just embracing it, because like.
Well, after he got screwed for not voicing Shaggy in the new Scooby-Doo show too.
Yeah.
It's not him.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That sucks because it seems like such a natural, like.
It would. He's done it forever.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, he's in a pretty cool role now, though.
What is he doing now?
He's William Afton in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
Okay.
Which does bring us into a topic that I did say we should talk to you about before. It's so remember when you guys were younger and like video games stuff, like video game movies always failed. They always sucked.
Yes.
And like that's just not a thing anymore now.
No, now they're somewhat good.
Yeah.
I will still say I liked Final Fantasy Spirits Within. It wasn't really a video game movie.
Because it's like animated.
But it was it was good though. I liked it.
To me, that's like just a video game extended.
It was just a long cutscene.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Totally unrelated.
Resident
But live action.
Why do I have glitter in my hair? Because I am a pretty princess and I bought a cheap dollar store gift bag that the glitter just fucking everywhere.
Nice.
I'm covered in glitter. I can't get it out.
Sorry, saw that.
No.
It's like,
Oh, dude, I am a Twilight vampire in the sun right now. Don't buy fucking glitter bags from the goddamn dollar store because they don't hold.
And to think, I just thought you were glowing today.
Oh man, it's those pregnant pauses.
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally derailed that.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep that. No kidding.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy, you know. You just get like a load blown up your ass once, and you just can't get nothing else. It's pregnant from there. All these pauses.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Now you're making it worse. Stop.
Yeah. I'm trying to segue back into the topic, and I'm like,
You're
fuck, I don't
making
go
me
from
work
there.
right now.
Whoa, man! It's like I was telling Tracy, we're trying to figure out what walls were load bearing in the house, and I told her all the walls are load bearing after I get done with them.
Nice.
Woo.
Nice.
Woo. All right, but back to the topic.
So a lot of people are trying to say that it's because the Super Mario movie came out that ended the video game curse. And I was like, fuck you, no it's not. It's the Sonic movie that came out years ago.
Because bullying worked, and we got a good movie.
Yes.
Yes.
The video. So the fact that we have like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and the Mortal Kombat movie and everything that's like, I think there's another one coming out that oh, The Last of Us already came out and like
That's a show, but we'll still
Yeah.
count that.
It's the same thing because it's
Yeah.
the video game media that like didn't suck. Which I guess you could say The Witcher, but The Witcher's based on a book.
Yeah.
So
And I'll say that the show is more booky than the video gamey, but it's also its own thing. But it was decent.
yeah, so that's why I don't count The Witcher, but it was Sonic, and you're absolutely right. It's because we bullied the fuck out of that studio, and they're like, 10-4 will make it better, and then it just, it worked. Now they're having a fucking show.
It was a fucking slam dunk.
Yes.
It was good, and Sonic 2 was good.
Yes, and they had great casting with Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
That he probably single-handedly broke the curse too, because he did I think he carried the movie as far as the live-action people.
Easily, because
Yeah.
he is willing to go over the top without it being dumb. It doesn't look like, I'm going to shit on you for this. It doesn't look like high school improv over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked for what the character needed to be.
Yes, and he also kind of evolved the character because in the second one he goes back to being the way he was. I thought by the end of the first movie, okay, cool, he's Eggman now, and it's like, no, he's back to the other version, which I was a little bummed about, but then he's still good. So
Yeah.
that was the thing.
He kept the crazy, but still bringing it down to realistic enough for the movie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, casting was just great, and they seem to be doing really well. Idris Elba was a great Knuckles. I enjoyed him.
Oh, yeah.
The way
And
they
now-
did that character too was very
They did him right, and they didn't make him Ugandan Knuckles from all the memes.
Well, they kind of did though.
The whole time I was like, please say it.
They made
Please
him
say
young. They didn't make him dumb.
Yeah.
They just made him really young.
Well, that's the thing. The way they did the comedy with Knuckles and stuff, I was like, the MCU needs to learn from this.
Yeah.
Because they keep ham-fisting all their jokes and fucking up all the people that that people want to see in some serious capacity. Mm-hmm. But Sonic 2 took Knuckles, and he was both a serious character but also funny at times. And now he's getting his own show.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, on Paramount Plus, which I guess I'm gonna get for a very brief time or something to watch.
There's
that.
actually some pretty decent stuff on there.
Well, I'm
It's got
really
Star Trek.
excited right now too because they're doing Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and last I heard, Hayden Christensen is going to be playing Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh man, I hope they don't want to go on any beaches.
Yeah, that was the last movie.
I
But
prefer
Darth
that.
Vader playing Shadow the Hedgehog, there's something that just kind of goes well with that.
I hope he tries. Well, okay, he is an act. He does act in other things. That is, but I hope he doesn't just do his voice. I hope he tries to do a little bit more of a Sonic or Shadow voice, because I definitely think he has the range for that. But he also, his voice is soft enough to where he's perfect for an edgy character.
Yeah.
I want them to almost do a try-hard edgy Shadow at first and let him evolve into who he is. I'm angsty Shadow.
So I 100% think he's getting his own movie too.
He
totally.
will.
I think he's going to.
He will.
Especially if they nail the casting, whoever it is, as long as they nail it. Yeah. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I'm a big Sonic nerd. Not the weird fucking comics with the furry shit, but but the video games with the cute chows and the actual stuff.
With that furry shit.
Yeah, with that. Well, they're not furry. They're little. They're like water. Like it's so weird. The first Sonic Adventure game, there's like a water guy named Chaos, and then from them came the chows, which are like water drop looking guys, but they're like spirit things or something. I don't know. They're cute and they're fun to play with. That's the most appealing thing about the entire Sonic franchise. Is one little side thing in one game, and everyone's like, "Give us more," and Sega's like, "No."
Yeah. Much to like a surprising amount of backlash too. Like people want their chows. Like this, I think with Sonic Frontiers, people were like pissed that they didn't include the chows in that.
Yeah.
Nope. Here's your 11th Yakuza game. Fuck you guys. No more Sonic.
Well, yeah, they do Sonic, but it's like just the boring. Well, not boring, but just the Sonic play stuff.
It's Sonic. Yeah.
Now you like, even though I was just talking about the video game curse or whatever, you know what? Kind of is a little bit of bullshit. That is video game success recently, but like I said, it's bullshit.
What's that?
The game Pal World, where they're like,
What?
basically it's Pokemon with guns.
And slavery. Lots of
And,
slavery.
yeah, straight up human trafficking, but not humans. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, this game is seriously like one of the biggest games. Like,
I've only seen the memes. I haven't played it or anything.
dude,
but...
you could
Pal World?
Pal World, yes, and they're getting sued by Nintendo because they may have used their 3D image, like their pretty much started with Pokemon and then like barely edited it to make it not Pokemon. Is basically what they're being accused of.
Yeah, okay.
But
This
it's like,
Jolteon's actually an ice type now.
yeah, think about
And it's blue.
Yeah, well, no, they also added some stuff to certain things and stuff like different, I guess, more assets to it.
This is Polkachu. He's a music.
No, it's not. No, it's not that blatant. It's like a totally different thing. A totally different creature. But they like, because they like add other, maybe if you add more like wings or something. But
It's pretty. A lot of it's pretty.
one of
fucking
those.
close.
It's a survival like game, so it's a game we would play.
Yeah.
But with shitty. Well, I guess they're not shitty. Pokemon that you could fucking kill and train and all sorts of stuff. You could also enslave humans in that too, which was pretty crazy. Straight up Fallout 3 vibes right there. But yeah, the reason I say that's bullshit though is because everyone's like, oh my god, look at this game with cute characters with guns. Why didn't Shadow the Hedgehog be successful then? Why'd you guys talk shit when that guy had a gun? He should definitely have a gun.
Yeah.
It fits the character so well.
Right.
Pal World, they're like, look at this cute game where you could, literally be Jeffrey Epstein with all these animals. I love it. Shadow with a gun. Oh, that's so edgy.
Well, now I want to return my game.
I think a lot of it was just time and place too. Like when Shadow came out as a character and everything, it was very pop punk emo phase right at the end, and just
that's
kind
a
of
fucking hardcore.
They had like
character.
Power Man 5000 do the theme. It goes so hard.
Yeah.
Especially now that like the butt rock era like is a meme. I'm like, I like but yeah, that's it was also like just so ahead of his time with like the choices you make dictate this and that. There's so many games that were like way too ambitious and like you just don't get stuff like that anymore.
yeah.
You get so many things where they're like, yeah, we're a survival game except this, which is kind of Pal World, but like
Oh yeah, Pal World is just Minecraft with Pokemon in it.
yeah, there's so many things.
Is Power World single player or is it multiplayer?
Multiplayer, yeah, we could all get on it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like it is a game that
Well, I'm just trying to think. Like, I always try to find another game to play for me and my kid and everything. And Earth Defense Force 6 just got fucking delayed again, so I'm very upset.
Have you done? What is it? I think it's like Fortnite Lego or something like that.
Lego Fortnite.
Yeah.
Tevin plays Fortnite a little bit and everything. I feel bad because every time he wants me to play, I go in there and I like fucking win a solo or something, and he feels bad about himself afterwards. So I try not to play it.
Well, get good, Tevin.
Well,
It's like,
dude, I've been literally gaming for 25 years longer than you have. Like I've done this, and it's Fortnite. These kids are awful. Your profile is so ranked low.
I've been trying to get Jay to be my gamer girlfriend for years, but she won't get into it because she gets she gets mad when she doesn't immediately learn the thing, and it's like, well, you've never really played video games other than the fucking Wii, so you got to learn how to use a controller. She can't do like the right stick or left stick, or no, she can't do the right stick to turn the camera. Any game where there's that, she's pretty much screwed. The furthest Spyro has that, and she got pretty far with it, but the camera realigns itself, so that helps.
Well, see, what's been helping is so Tevin and Tavea both been playing Goat Game 3 together, or Goat Simulator 3, and fuck, they love it. There's no point or anything in that, so they're just out there dicking around. God, they love that. So they both.
I'm surprised that Mr. Robotics isn't really good at gaming though, because I figured
he gets too distracted. I love my boy to death, but fuck, he's got some crazy ADD once in a while. Yeah. He's like, oh, shiny color. Ooh, this.
That's usually where you hyperfixate, though, is on the video game. That's crazy.
I've never once seen him hyperfixate on anything. He's just sitting there and doing whatever he feels like, but, like, do the thing, bud. Like, you need to go do the thing. He's like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go over here and shoot this house.
So, So you have a PS5, right?
Yep.
And you have a PS5.
Yep.
But you have a PC.
PC, yeah.
And you're never getting a PS5.
Probably not.
So yeah. What the hell? Because I have an Xbox.
That's what you get for buying an Xbox.
I know. You said you're going to get an Xbox eventually.
Eventually.
But it's like, what the fuck? Like,
the reason I got a PS5 over anything else was because of Earth Defense Force, because it's PlayStation exclusive unless I want to wait another 3 years for it to come to PC. But it's couch co-op, and
couch co-op. Sick.
Yes. And me and Tevin love blowing the shit out of giant bugmen and fucking aliens and shit. And it's such a dumb concept, but it's so much fun.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
That's one of those things that I think we gotta figure out. Well, I mean, as soon as I get a PC, I was gonna hit up Doug for gaming with him, especially when we get the streaming set up. Yeah, remember when we said we were gonna do that a few episodes ago, guys?
In December, yeah.
So, hey, they don't know what month it was.
December of 2026.
Yeah, that was only 2 months ago, but,
Yeah, starting up took a little longer than we expected.
Yeah. Well, as far as I'm waiting for the process to get the money to do the thing to start the process anyways. So that's how weird things are for me right now. But
we also, I think, we underestimated how much this could potentially cost as well.
What, this?
Well, I mean, anything to do with, like, streaming and...
Oh,
if we're going to do that on the channel. Like,
no, I always needed the money I was going to get. Waiting on, which I didn't tell you guys anything about that, but that's a thing. I'm waiting on money for my 401k, which I was going to use to get the streaming setup stuff, which also includes stuff that will help us with the podcast. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which I was telling Doug, I know we've said in the past that we were talking about doing less of a topic of the day or less of a, us discussing podcasts, and where we had ideas for other podcasts that are more topical or more focused on a topic. As James said, structure. Now, I thought this might be an idea. I don't know. You guys tell us how this sounds, the listeners out there. I thought that since I already said, I think this episode or last episode, that Doug is a huge weeb.
You said that this episode.
Okay, good. So I was thinking,
Doug, are you a weeb?
Yeah, I'm a weeb.
You fucking weeb.
Someone explain what a weeb is in case anyone doesn't know.
If you don't know what a weeb is, we're not using.
Get out from under your rock.
Yeah, we're not using the actual definition where someone is denying their own culture to want to be Japanese. I'm talking about the other term where it's just a derogatory term for someone who's smelly and likes anime.
It is a Japanese-focused fucking nerd.
He took a shower today.
Yeah. Which is funny because if you go to Japan and you're like, what's the insult term for someone like that? They would say it's an otaku, which is funny because weebs think otaku is a good term out here. Yeah, but it's a bad term out there. So, Well, people earn it.
Yeah, isn't like otaku like their version of incel or something?
Oh no, it's their version of what we call weebs, like people who like anime, people who obsess over pop culture in general, though. So, you know,
see, I thought it was an insult.
out in.
I think it is an insult out there too. But
Well, I think you said insult or incel.
Incel.
It's so otaku is their version of incel.
I was about to say, well,
like we'd call someone an incel, they'd call someone an otaku.
Yeah, I think it's because there is a.
There's probably a heavy overlap
I was
there.
about to say there's a big correlation between people who are super into anime and people who don't get pussy. But recently there's been some change in that because it's become more mainstream. But go to 10 years ago where it was like the weird Redditor kid who was like way into anime, and that's who they're calling otaku, or
Okay.
because that kid was already an incel. Now we're not talking about Doug in that case, but yeah. So my idea I was trying to get to is
Doug gets having pussy.
I wasn't gonna say I wasn't gonna say anything because I don't know.
I've seen Doug lay pipe. I haven't.
Install cable.
Yeah.
I was looking at James like, have you?
That's not the idea for the podcast. It's not watching Doug lay pipe.
But you were talking about alternative podcasts.
Yeah, I was like, let me
point
get to. I was like, I'm gonna get to that, and then you said that, and I was like, imagine.
Hey, Pornhub's a thing, man. I mean, you could just start
No,
doing videos
no
and have
video.
them hanging
This
with
is
the
gonna be-
hooligans on.
Only audio. We're just gonna put a mic up there.
That's all you hear.
So we would use Doug as the arbiter of our journey, because you're not big into anime, right? You probably like a few.
Gundam Wing.
Oh yeah, you probably like the old stuff.
Shit from the 90s. I don't think I've watched a new anime besides like Attack on Titan.
I think Alex likes
anything
Dragon Ball.
Anything that showed up on like Adult Swim, I have like a little. I've seen a little bit of when I was like really little. I've watched. I like Dragon Ball. I'll say
Dude,
that.
Dragon Ball.
Tsunami.
I watched that before I even knew what anime was.
Right.
Okay, well.
But I certainly don't know the new shit. Like, my sister fell into the Tupperware to an
Yeah.
alternate dimension and her panties fell off.
I've watched a little of like some of the bigger ones, but this is all like dated. So around like 2009, 2010.
No, okay. Do you know Cowboy Bebop?
Hell
Never seen.
Yeah,
Cowboy
because
Bebop.
that was
from,
literally.
like.
That's like one of the
episode on Adult
quintessential.
No, I was about to say
Early
that was literally one of
2000s.
the like Toonami originals right there.
Yeah.
So that's where, and that's me
that,
who
Sailor
I hate
Moon.
anime.
Yeah, dude.
Saw Cowboy Bebop on Toonami. So.
Dude,
Yeah.
Sailor Moon, Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball, Outlaw Star were like the big four on Toonami when it first started.
Honestly,
What's the one?
My biggest step into anime has been a parody that I've been like watching for.
Team Four
Since
Star.
like 2011.
Yeah.
Team 4
Some
Star.
real OG YouTube cringe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what.
Oh
YouTube
man, I
used to
watched
be.
that at the start. I tried to start that again, and fuck, those jokes are dated.
Oh yeah.
Oof. What were you saying? No, what was the what?
Oh, so there is another one. I don't know what it's called, but I remember distinctly in the intro. There's a guy who has like either a big sword or just a sword, and he cuts down a bunch of trees. And I know the main character has red hair and is like a samurai. It's like a samurai-focused anime, and it was on Toonami a lot. And I never know the name of it, and I always try to ask people, and they're like, I don't know.
I mean,
he had like a big
Kenshin
Buster
was-
sword, right? It was like a.
I think one of the
fucking, like-
characters had a big
Oh,
Buster
you know
sword.
what Inuyasha?
No.
What to do with cat ears or whatever the fuck?
No. I know Inuyasha because I hated Inuyasha.
But I'm trying to think of who had a big sword. Like, I mean, there was like Berserk. That was never on Toonami.
Yeah.
No,
though.
Berserk is the only anime I like, and we'll get there.
Okay. Because there's like Rurouni Kenshin. That was on for a little while, I think.
Is that one that's like feudal Japan?
Yeah.
Does the guy have red hair?
Yeah, and then when he sneezes... No, is that when he sneezes he turns into a girl? Was that Rurouni Kenshin?
I have no fucking.
I don't know.
See, why is
It's
it
an
always
older
that
one.
kind of shit though with anime?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it's always
It's really out there.
not like okay. So that's what I like about Berserk is there's none of that. It's literally
No,
like,
there's none of that shit in Berserk. There's a lot worse.
yeah. No, it's very much like grim dark fantasy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Because the only other thing I can think of, a guy with a sword with red hair would be like Yu Yu Hakusho, but that was not feudal Japan.
Could it have been Bleach?
No, that guy has orange hair.
Yeah.
I'm talking about red like these walls here.
Okay.
No.
By the way, the walls are red here.
Yeah. In case you didn't know.
Yeah, I painted the walls here when I lived here, red and black with some designs. You know, Doug, we should really hit these walls with a paint pen.
Paint pen?
Yeah, just to add more designs to it. You know, really give you, especially the wall behind you, really give it some Doug flavor.
Doug flavor?
Some Doug flavor.
That sounds dirty.
Well, it depends what you think Doug flavor is.
Well, see, I wasn't sure what color to do. But I was hoping to save a few.
Oh,
of the,
shit.
more
I bet you
clear
was...
drawings, but clean up the rest sort of thing. But.
Oh.
Does that one in the background look familiar? Was it
No.
Ramna? Okay.
No.
Trying to think of whatever one had.
It's a guy. It's a guy. It's definitely.
It was a guy. Well, they look the same except for their hair changed color, and that was about it. Yeah.
See, James. Yeah, James
I don't know. This is
knows.
shit all from like the '90s and everything that I know.
This is such a bad tangent. So the idea was that Doug would choose an anime for us to watch. And
Okay.
That would be the thing. We would watch either an episode or watch the show. Then we discuss each.
That could be fun to do for an extra little thing there. If you guys want to.
Doug was living.
We can watch Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Woo!
I've seen that one with Doug.
Yeah.
Doug was living with me for a little while too, and I walked into my living room because that's where he was staying, and he's watching this anime, and it's just these people at work, just kind of doing their thing, and I didn't
Jesus,
understand
Doug, that's
it.
fucking
I just kinda went
depressing.
back in my room.
Yeah. But that's the funny thing. Like, anime's the format,
Yeah.
and there's obviously tropes with how the format works, but sometimes their topics are yeah, this is an anime about baseball or some shit, and you're like, fuck.
I was like, there's a lot less screaming in this.
I can't remember the name of this anime, but there was one where it's basically just girls in bikinis fighting each other with their butts and boobs.
We
talked about that at
Yes,
Chuck's house.
I think I even found it on Crunchyroll, and I think we watched a few episodes. It's amazing, but it is definitely just the biggest pervert fantasy ever.
I feel like if we all watched that stoned or something, we would just be dying laughing.
Oh, I do every single time just because it's so fucking ridiculous.
See, you guys, we had a watch party where we got stoned. You guys remember you guys fell asleep and it was
Yep, I think it was Berserk we
before-
were watching.
No, it was horror movies.
Yeah, we were watching horror movies.
Oh,
I forgot what
yeah.
horror movies they were. I think it was
I want to say it was the Annabelle series or something like
yeah, that franchise.
Yeah.
I forget what it's
Yeah.
called.
Amity Horror?
No, not Amity Horror. It's with those two paranormal people.
Yeah.
Or the paranormal medium and her husband.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys fell asleep, and I was sitting there oh well, I'm gonna watch some fantasy movie now, and I felt so bad because I ate another gummy or whatever, and I got high and watched Highlander, and I was like, we should have watched Highlander,
Dude.
because I've never seen Highlander, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie, dude?
Is it an anime or is it a movie?
No. Highlander's
Okay.
like a 80s fantasy movie, and it's
Oh.
dog shit, but
Have you never seen
good at the
Highlander?
same
No,
time.
I haven't.
Oh my god.
James, you're gonna love this. When I heard of Highlander, I always thought it's this title, it's like a thing about Highlanders. There could only be one. I never put it in my head that the Highlander's about a guy from the fucking Highlands until I saw that movie, and I'm like, God damn it.
Dude, I will tell you this though, Doug. The Highlander sounds much better reading a description of it than it actually is. It's very dated, but it has a lot of good potential.
Dude,
they completely fucked up.
The
in the
starring
sequel and
actor
everything.
is so funny in it.
Yeah.
He's so funny, dude. I can't even explain why it's funny, but
It is. Yeah, it's one of those movies you should watch it because it's one of those movies that everyone should probably watch. But
Is it called The Highlander?
The Highlander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Highlander film, 1986.
And then
Yeah.
I watched after that. I watched Northman, which other the other end of the spectrum where I was super high watching that. I was like, oh, this hits, but like in a different way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that show is hilarious.
No, the Northman, like the movie with.
Northmen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Norsemen.
Yeah, it's one of those art house movies. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, jeez.
But like the way they like did the lighting and all that, I was like, there's one point where they're like, obviously in a hut or something, and they're doing some ceremony. It felt like I was there with them. I was like, fuck, because they're all getting high too. So I was like, oh shit, people wearing wolf heads and shit that are just
fucking
not accurate.
Spirit Brothers in this movie now, boys.
Yeah.
Oh God, I remember being ridiculously high with Doug watching all of VHS movies. They went from like, this is cheesy. I mean, there was some freaky stuff in the first one, but it was mostly pretty cheesy. And those movies are cheesy, but at a certain point in my high, I was like, this is the best thing ever. How have these movies not gotten like awards? Like there was one that felt like, I mean, it was complete body horror, and it was like Metroid almost.
Nice.
Like you had this character.
Oh
that
yes,
was
that
into
one.
this
It was
robot
fucking
thing.
insane.
It
The
was,
weirdest one of them all, I felt.
Yeah. But I was in, man. I was like, get him.
I remember. We also found who's the guy that does the voice for the insane psychopath in GTA 5.
Trevor Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found the guy that does
actor,
the voice actor. He's in
like,
one of those.
something Ogg,
Yeah.
Stephen Ogg or
Yeah,
something.
Stephen Ogg, I think.
That guy hates being Trevor. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, because that's like the one thing he's known of. He's
Oh.
like apparently not a big gamer. So like he's like, I've done other roles. Like what the fuck? Everyone just wants me to be Trevor, and it's like, well, sorry that Trevor was a way better role than your shitty fucking character.
Right?
Who's like almost Negan in The Walking Dead. He was like, the Negan before Negan came along.
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, the guy. Sorry, you should have been Negan, and they casted someone else.
Such a good fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trevor's like the best character you've ever played.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, shoot, dude. His voice acting in that was just fucking phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
Just everything. Because of all the characters in it, he was the one I felt was like, nah, he's Trevor, man. I could hear a few lines from Mike that I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, he just kind of came into the studio one afternoon to get this line in.
Yeah,
But,
Well, his
apparently he's
performance
super
was
into
great,
that.
too.
Yeah, Mike DeSanta loves being Mike DeSanta.
Yeah.
Like that actor, he's like, yeah, I get it. Like, a lot of fans, like they made our career,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently that actor who played Trevor just doesn't, he just wants to leave it behind. And it's like, sorry, dude. Like when that's literally, people are still fucking playing that game.
When you go full psycho, people are going to remember you for going full psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why nobody remembers who Hannibal Lecter is other than him being Hannibal Lecter.
Right.
You bring him up for anything else, it's like, oh, no way, that was him?
Right, but then again, he's a bad example because he.
Sir Anthony Hopkins. By
Yeah,
the way.
I was like, he's been fucking Odin in the big Thor movies,
Yeah.
But of course, that is his best role though.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
No, the crazy thing about that though is another guy, forget his name, was the villain in Far Cry 3, like I told you, and I was like, he's gonna be the best villain out of all the Far Cry games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When you get to that, how we told you, that's gonna be the dude, and it's like, he's barely done anything outside of that. But like every time people see him, they're like, "That's him." People freak out. Yeah, Voss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming as the guy who's gonna be Scorpion.
Yeah, we're waiting for it.
Like, they better not have just not have wasted him like that. He better be.
You mean
a
they shouldn't have
big
pulled up a
character.
Sony and throw 5 characters into the same film at the very end of it and not do anything with it?
It's technically a Sony movie.
Yeah,
Wait, did I
that's
say
true.
Sony? Oh yeah, yeah,
because they did do that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, just in the MCU, but yeah, it was technically a Sony movie. But yeah, we're waiting for that guy. But I'm also like, dude, just please be in other things. That guy would have been a good Negan.
Yeah.
That guy would have been an awesome Negan.
Is
Yep.
Negan Walking Dead?
Yes.
reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, that's the only guy I like in The Walking Dead. So
Was Negan the one that got his head bashed in?
he's the guy who did the head bash.
He did the head
Oh,
bashing.
who did the head bashing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, The
And
Walking
I'm just
Dead
going
was
to
born
tangent
before
on that. Everyone complaining that they killed characters they like. It's like, dude, have you never fucking read the comic or watched the show? Like, that's how this shit works. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay,
He was
Andrew,
dead for years before in the comics. Like, that's how this fucking shit works.
Yeah, you guys don't
they
like that?
blatantly changed the story in the show, right? And no one's really upset about that. But the moment something that actually happens in the comics happens, it's the biggest thing in the fucking world.
Yeah. Like, fuck y'all.
Well, it's because they also subverted their expectations. Because they built up to a moment where they thought it was going to happen and then it didn't.
Oh, I mean, that whole shit was dumb anyway.
Yeah,
That was
and-
bad.
And then they're like, no, it's happening. Just kidding.
Yeah. By the way, there's spoilers ahead. Pretty sure the comic, like, that whole story ended with, like, a court case.
Yeah. The comic
I
ended
think
so
the show already
fuck-
ended.
No.
No, the show now has like 4 spin-offs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
show ended and there's stuff
Yeah.
after it.
But the comic literally fucking ends with Michonne's now like a Supreme Court justice and all sorts of dumb shit.
Doesn't Negan like not even die though?
No, he's just
I think he's redeemed, isn't he?
kind of. He's just kind of an old man. Who
That's
keeps
I
to
remember.
himself.
That's what everyone was mad about though, because like Carl went and like confronted him. I think in the end and like
Yeah.
didn't kill him.
Well, because he was just living there still. Because they used Negan a lot to go and do shit that they kind of hoped he'd die for, and he didn't. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell that he got tired of doing that comic and just kind of wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
Did you know that guy lied about what that comic was supposed to be about to get
Probably.
printed? Yeah, he said it was supposed to be an alien invasion that caused the zombies to happen, and they're like, when are the aliens coming in? And he's like, that's the neat part. It's not.
Oh, you didn't see the references and all this shit? It's like, it's there if you just look. You see the birds? Aliens.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting.
The moment they're like, it's in the air, the people in the studio were like, hold on.
Wait a minute. Here.
Also,
Wait.
I'm really stoked for people that don't know The Last of Us for season 2 because they're getting it all over again.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. Have any of you guys played The Last of Us Part 2?
I have not. I have it downloaded. I need to, like... My big problem with games is that I just don't have time because I have too much children and too little time.
That's for one. That's literally my favorite like PlayStation game.
Yeah.
Probably is like
Last of
PlayStation
Us.
exclusive. The Last of Us Part 2 because well the story's more interesting than the first one. Like the first one's very like you see it in The Witcher, you see it in The Mandalorian, you see it every few Wolverine movies, comics, whatever, where it's like, oh, gruff guy finds someone, and oh, I'm not so gruff now, I gotta protect them. You know, it's part 2 where they're like, hey, gruff guy did some shit, and those consequences are happening. You know, so many people who, you know, when you like these characters, and
Yeah, you do a lot of shit in the first game.
yeah,
Like,
especially at the end.
yeah.
And right when they casted the guy they did for that role too, it's funny because in Game of Thrones he had his head smashed. So I can't wait. Yeah, like
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to play the second game then before catching up with the show and everything.
you guys should do that before the show because I'm sure they're gonna change some stuff in it.
Probably.
That better not be one of them though.
Is
Because
Pedro Pascal acting in it?
yeah, he's Joel.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like the main guy in
Okay.
The Last of Us. And then one of the chicks, she was in Game of Thrones, or they were in Game of Thrones. I think they're non-binary actually. Who played the Lady Mormont? If you guys watch Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
It's been so long.
little kid, the little kid who ended up in charge of the Mormont family.
Oh!
Yeah, the little
she
badass
is.
that took down the
Yeah.
fucking dead giant.
Yes, yeah, that's Ellie, and it's really funny because who they casted to be a big character for part 2 or season 2 looks just like Ellie,
Huh.
and I was like, why didn't you just cast her? But no, just like they could have casted the actress that plays this character in the game. because they have like
Oh, I suppose they do the facial.
yeah,
scan
because
and
it's
everything.
different for the person who plays Ellie. That's an adult. You
Yeah.
can't play a teenager, but
The 90s called, and they said they can.
yeah. Well, we don't do that anymore. Apparently, we get people in their like early 20s at least, not 40s. Like Grease, dude. Or they get people in their 20s that can pass off as teenagers. It's like they're early to mid 20s, and then people get weird if they're like, "Oh, this chick's hot. She's a high schooler." Like, no, the actress is 25.
I just like it when she pretends to be 14.
Yeah, I just happen to see. Yeah, I just happen to see her in a sus role right now and be like, "Oh, that's hot." That discourse is really funny that you hear time and time again.
Yeah.
And it's like you guys are more concerned about the fictional children than you guys are about the real ones.
Yeah.
You guys are all weird about fucking like letting people do beauty pageants and whatnot.
Oh fuck, that's if.
But nothing. Actually, the opposite. They aren't weird about that.
Yeah,
And,
they should be.
Yeah, they're weird as soon as like somebody said a 25-year-old actress was hot. Pregnant pause. No.
I don't know. How do you come back from that one? It's like, damn.
Anyway,
So I
gotta
have a
talk
stone
yourself.
in my ear.
Yeah, so Alex, let's talk about your other butthole here for a second. What's going on with your face?
So, I have a stone loose in my inner ear, and it's causing constant vertigo. So everything is spinning, and the stone didn't just appear in my ear. Just explain this a little bit. So you have a bunch of little calcium balls in your ear, right? They help regulate your balance. So one of mine got out and into my inner ear. So now
Are you saying
I have
your
to,
ball dropped?
Yes, my balls dropped again.
Penis jokes.
Penis jokes.
So we didn't have one of those this episode yet, so I just had to add one in there.
The stone man is now a stone man while he's stoned. And, yeah.
Your shit's all fucked up there. What are they making you do for that then?
I have to do an exercise 4 times a day. It's basically like trying to, those little puzzles.
I was
the balls
just
you gotta
thinking
drop
that. I
into
was
a
like,
hole?
you're just basically trying to whoop,
Pretty much.
right back in there.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
Like, how do you know when it's in there? Like, what if you do it and it's in there, then you go to do it again, and then you fuck it up again?
I mean, I hope it's just that the symptoms just disappear and everything stops spinning. But
That'd be nice.
yeah, no, it's there are times where I'll just about start throwing up, and then I'll compose myself and I'll stop. But it gets pretty gnarly sometimes. I'm almost fallen a few times.
Jeez.
It's
You're gonna go see an ENT, and he's just gonna start like shaking your head until it clicks into place.
well, it's very hard to focus at times. So in the last episode and this one, you'll probably notice I'm not speaking as much. It's a lot all
I
at
think
once.
it's kind of almost every episode.
I made that same joke on the way here.
Got me.
It's alright.
First, I was gonna say that about you not focusing, but then you said that, I was like, "Oh, that's again,"
Well, you guys are like the adults here, and sometimes you guys just gotta take over.
Wait, I'm an adult?
Dude, I know you pay taxes. You know that?
This is disgusting.
we do seem to have more to say. That is true.
Well, I don't really know what to say about some of the politics stuff.
Well, fine. What do you think about Gypsy Rose, that one chick who, had Munchausen's by proxy, and then got a boyfriend secretly, and convinced him to kill her mom.
You want me to? I'll tell you exactly what.
Is that the one that
All I
everyone thought
really
she was
know-
super young or something? She wasn't?
Yeah. So, well, no, they thought she was. They said she was disabled and couldn't walk, but she could.
Oh.
And there was she was being given medications and stuff that they lied about her age and yeah. What do you think about her?
I think she is a nice modern lady.
Wait, hold on. Do you know that she got out of prison?
I didn't know. The extent of what I really know about her is there's a show, and every once in a while I'll get a message either
All
in
right.
the group
Do
chat
any of you guys?
or on my
Okay,
on
She's Midwest hot. Like, if she was down over in fucking Wisconsin or something.
You're spoiling the topic.
That's what I was trying to get to, but
That's
you
funny.
cut me off.
Yeah, well,
I get a message from Chuck once in a while, either in the group chat or to me directly. It'd be like, Gypsy Rose is kind of hot.
No, I put that in the episode ideas.
Okay.
I just Googled her and what she looks like.
You replied to me putting a bunch of episode ideas in, thinking I was talking to you.
No,
Because
I've never
the last-
actually looked up to see what she looks like, but yeah, like, she's Wisconsin hot.
She's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the thing I was going to get to. But first I was like, wait, do any of you guys know the whole deal with her? Because that's before we get to the part where, yeah.
Trouble with names, but after the story, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Munchausen's by proxy. Her mom, had Munchausen's. And, yeah, she had a weird boyfriend. So did you hear about this weird boyfriend, though?
Didn't he, like, help her commit the murder or something?
Yes, but, like, I'm pretty sure he's autistic.
Okay.
He was into, like, furry porn shit. And
You already
he,
said
like,
autistic.
Be very nice to Gotcha.
He was super... For being autistic
getting
or being
called
into
out?
furry porn?
Yeah?
Oh, no. But, yeah, so... Yeah, he once got in legal trouble for jerking off in a McDonald's for 9 hours.
They let it go on for 9 hours?
That's
Damn.
That's a good point to bring up.
Good for McDonald's, I guess. They're just like, well, I mean, we're going to let him finish.
No, like, that's, everyone goes like, 9 hours, what the fuck? But you bring up a good point. Why did they let it go on for that long?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, there's somebody in
He's
the
still
bathroom.
going.
Somebody goes checks the bathroom every hour.
He was-
How does the person not go like, "Sir, do you need medical attention? You've been in that fucking stall for the last 3 hours."
Yeah,
Like,
he was gooning in there for 9 hours, dude. That's crazy. But, yeah, so, while, since we already made the, we said she's hot, whatever. So do you know people are now kind of turning against her because people are reading through the text messages and going, wait a minute, you did kind of tell him to kill her. you did kind of tell him to do it.
yeah.
I'm
And
just
it's like
kind of reading through her biography here on Wikipedia, and, like, I don't think she should have gone to prison for this. Like, even if she did do
That
it,
was
like...
what the show was for. That was what the documentary was for. She was a victim of
Like,
circumstance.
dude, yeah, I get it.
But
Mhm.
but she did convince a guy.
She did do it. Like,
Yeah, the guy's messed up. He did say he wants to rape the mom and stuff. She's like, don't do that. Rape me instead. And there was that kind of thing. But like, she convinced a guy to murder her mom, and she's actually very honest about that. She's saying like, I did this, and she. Because I've heard her say that, and people have been trying to be like, no, it's not your fault. And it's like, well, no, that is your fault. But now...
I think that it's a very complicated situation, so it's hard to really...
It is muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get better the further down I get on the Wikipedia here.
But yes, she did obviously, like, she was like, will you protect me from anybody, including my mom? And like, yeah, things went in that direction. Obviously she was young and vulnerable and also like in danger. Like she most certainly
Well, wasn't she kind of like childlike too?
Well, no. So they lied about her age and like she was on medications and stuff. So yeah, she was not doing well.
Dude,
But-
yeah, I guess I'm just looking here that her mom would regularly beat her and all sorts of shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
A lot of BDSM fantasies exchanged between her and that dude.
Here's the thing: people are mad. She pretty much blames all that on him. She's like, he leveraged all that. He was a weirdo, and that's what most people agree with. But now there's some people who are coming around trying to say that like she used him and like he's in jail for life. By the way,
Well, I mean,
he's gonna rot for what he did.
she
Yeah.
did use him.
Yeah, she absolutely used him.
Absolutely.
But he was still a weirdo. That's the thing. He probably he might have killed someone anyways.
See, and this is really where it gets really fucked up because it's like, I mean, how's nobody looking at the mom and going like, well, maybe we should just dig her up and burn her and like. Not...
Well, I mean, she's dead now.
Well,
so.
yeah, exactly. But like she's done all this, like this is a perfect example of like, you know, the entire phrase of, you know, your chicken's coming home to fucking roost, man.
Yeah.
Like she, you know, her mom did years of abuse towards her. She found some way to convince somebody else to do the bad deed.
She did what she felt she had to do.
I mean, honestly, I think they should just let that guy out and get him some mental assistance, and same with her. Like,
yeah, let me say the thing that needs to be said though. The mom was sick.
Yeah.
So like, that was the big thing. A lot of people probably do lose in the whole morality of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
She was sick. I think the chickens coming to roost was in like Jeffrey Dahmer was killed by a black guy in prison. I think that's the chickens coming to roost. The whole situation with Gypsy Rose and her mother and all that, and the boyfriend, that all sucks. Like, no matter what, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for her that she's out of prison. I'm not one of those people that think she should go back because the situations and, you know, whether she manipulated him or not. You know, she already knew. She already admitted she had a hand in it. Everyone already knew that part. So, like, yeah.
And if I remember, wasn't that a whole trial and she was like found not guilty, or
no? She was found guilty. Yeah, she went to jail.
Oh, she did.
She was in prison.
Oh, like she finished her sentence.
She was like
been released.
No, she was. They pretty much like did another thing. Like she was in there for I think life.
Oh, okay.
And I think
they did an appeal. Of
the documentary and the show happened.
So we're talking about Gypsy, right? Not the dude.
Gypsy.
So she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and got 10 years. And then Godajon, found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life plus 25.
Yeah, he's fucked. Now, another thing to tell you guys. So we all wait. Did you see a picture of her?
Oh yeah, she's cute.
Okay, so do you know about her husband?
Nope.
So some guy.
Ken.
Somehow
named Ken. I just got to that point.
Yeah, some guy found out about her somehow, whether he saw the documentary, whether he saw the whatever. Started writing her letters.
Never mind. I'm sorry. Hold on. There was two. Ken was the first one she got engaged to. They ended their relationship, and now she's got married to a Ryan.
Yeah, there we go. She got married to Ryan, apparently. Yeah, she
So
married
Ken
a guy
first?
in prison.
Ken first, now to Ryan, is who she's married to.
One husband's still living, so that's going for her.
Well, the husband, the husband is alive.
I'm just saying she hasn't struck twice.
Oh. I thought you meant like her second husband's alive, but the first one isn't. I was like, oh shit.
She made it through a divorce without killing somebody.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
No divorce. They were engaged and they broke it off.
Yeah.
It doesn't say why.
Okay. They never got married. Right. Yeah. Also, she didn't directly kill anybody, just like Charles Manson didn't. So.
Yep.
Well, I guess the current has yet to kill the ex. So.
Yeah. So the part I'm getting to is like that dude. I don't know how he saw her. I don't know how he learned of her.
Pen pal prison program.
Yeah.
That dude has a kink.
Started writing her letters and stuff. They get married, and it's such a funny situation to me. That's like. I don't think enough people really look at that and go like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Dude, I think we can solve our incel problem with this program right here. Incels need to start writing to women's prisons, build these relationships, they get married, they get out, and boom. These women ain't going to take none of their shit.
I don't want to say how I know, but that's already happening, bud. How do you think Bill...
What mail are you getting?
Huh?
I want to see your mail.
Oh.
Show me your letters.
People, not everybody, but a lot of people that I have seen...
Would you say 1 out of 4?
Have a few people paying off of... a few people they're dating paying off all of their commissary stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a different thing.
That's the thing too. Okay. I'm talking about these ones that are obviously getting married out of prison.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I mean that's
let's add on to that.
No, he's talking about the happily ever after.
Okay, the happily ever after.
Yeah, because Gypsy is happy with this husband. She even said his dick was fire because everyone was making fun of him. So
she said it like that.
Yes.
Well, you got to remember, she's been gone for 10 years. So I mean, her pop culture and lingo knowledge is 10 years ago, when shit was still being yeet and lit.
Wait, it's
So that dick is straight lit, yo, fire. And she got yeeted out of prison.
She got yeeted out of the whole state. I forget the state.
No way.
She got banned from a state. She tried to see Taylor Swift there, and they're like, "No, get the fuck out of this state."
Oh my god!
But
wow.
she did meet somebody else. It wasn't. It was.
She was on. I still got.
She was on The View. Yeah.
She was on The View. She was on. She released a book. She released an ebook.
Yes.
She was on Good Morning America. She was on The View, and she appeared on a podcast called The Vial Files.
Hanging with the Hooligans.
Yeah.
Fuck her. We could probably get her.
Yeah. She's still in the Midwest. I mean, you know.
We could get her.
I mean, she
That's
does
going to
make
be our
pen
first
pals.
special guest.
Yep. We're gonna,
Gypsy Rose.
I'm going to be like, hey, you are kind of hot in person, aren't you?
yeah. We understand you're married now.
We
Tell
looking
us-
at husband
actually-
number 3 right now.
Yeah.
Actually, idea here for another podcast. Ouija talks. So we
Nope, I'm not
contact
fucking with a
we
Ouija
contact-
board. Nope.
we contact dead world leaders and shit and talk to them and have an interview with them through a Ouija board.
Okay, G
You can
Station.
you can keep that Ouija board all to yourself, sir. I want nothing to
Where do
do
you
with
think we're recording?
Doug's here trying to get our ass fucking haunted.
that.
Hey, it's content, okay?
Nope. I've used a Ouija board one time, and it mentioned Chuck by name and started talking about killing him. So, I'm good.
Okay.
My ex-girlfriend was also on touching the Ouija board, though.
Wasn't an ex at the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
there's,
that, you know.
I mean, here's the thing. It said that Ouija boards are more about like the subconscious than actually contacting the dead. So I mean,
That bitch was no subtext about it. She's like,
Either way, I want nothing to do with Ouija boards.
you know they sell them at Walmart?
That's cool.
Yeah.
They can stay at Walmart.
It's a Mattel brand thing, or no, Hasbro.
and the ghosts
Yeah.
only come out after you break.
Why
those
does Hasbro
plastic
have all
seals.
the IPs, man?
Dude, Hasbro owns fucking everything right now.
It's called monopolies.
Yeah.
No,
well, it
that's,
doesn't have Barbie.
that's Parker
but-
Brothers.
Yeah.
I don't even know actually who owns fucking Monopoly.
Actually, I think Hasbro owns Monopoly now.
Or Mattel. I don't know. They're the fucking same to me.
I think they are the same. That's the thing.
Yeah. Like I don't-
Hasbro owns fucking. They
God.
bought Parker Brothers.
Yeah. Hasbro is insane in how much it like.
Dude, they are
How much money you
fucking
can
up the
throw.
board gaming and tabletop gaming world
I was like,
so bad.
how much money they could throw at something and then fucking shit the bed so bad.
So bad.
Yet they're failing upwards with Magic.
No, they're actually losing a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but Magic is making more money than ever. Like its game, not their company, but apparently Magic.
Yeah.
Like not its old stuff either, because like people don't care about the new what do you call it? The new format.
Well, what they're doing is they're
Not Commander, but
Commander's the new format.
what's
Standard has gone to shit.
What about Modern or whatever?
Yeah, Modern is Standard,
Okay.
and that's basically no one plays
Everyone,
that anymore.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Everyone hates Modern, so like yeah.
Pioneer's still kind of around,
But think, okay.
but yeah, they don't even make
can't-
precons for Modern anymore.
Okay.
It's just Commander.
I just realized, no, the success they got came from that fucking Lord of the Rings set. That, never mind everything I said.
Yep.
The reason they made so much money was because they did that Lord of the Rings set, and everyone shat over the one of
Well,
one.
between that and the Doctor Who set they do, and they really just fucked up. They changed how they do the Secret Lair stuff, and it used to be you'd order and they'd print it. Now they're only printing so many. It's like you guys literally are missing out on thousands of dollars by not waiting to get your orders in and printing.
They overprint, the regular sets of that.
And now they're underprinting all the good shit people want.
Yep.
Fucking.
Like, I was willing to drop $200 on a cute deck for all these puppies and kitties and shit.
Yeah.
And no, it sold out within 10 minutes. I'm like, you fuckers.
Yeah.
But
man.
I want it. We're going to wrap it up here. Well, guys, it's been good. I don't know what we even talked about today. We kind of just went going off. We started with buttholes, and that's always good.
And then on to
We finally
furries.
talked about Gypsy Rose being kind of weirdly hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Midwestern cute, you know? It's different from coastal cutes. There's nothing to southern cute. There's no southern cute, but, you know.
Depends on who you're related to, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, normally your wife down there.
All right, well, this has been Hanging with the Hooligans. I'm Chuck.
I'm James.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Alex. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.
Remember to buy In the Shadows of the Forest by Chuck Bailey on Amazon. It's available now. And, go ahead and type in the Shadows of the Forest by Chuck Bailey, because it will be buried by so many other books with the name Shadows and In the Forest. So, yeah, if you're trying to find it, there will be a link in the description below. Thank you.